You're watching NTC News, DeKalb County's only television news source, on the campus of Northern Illinois University and from the Northern Television Center. This is NTC News Tonight.
After 2,700 people protested, the Circus Spectacular is no longer performing at the NIU Convocation Center. Good evening, I'm Moe Ogunmodede. Thanks for tuning in.
And I'm Maria Wojnicki. The circus canceled its appearance after the widespread petition made headlines. NTC reporter Trey Ward is here to explain.
3 NIU students celebrate over a game of darts after hearing the circus event they helped petition against was canceled. In early February, NIU was met with much controversy after booking the George Carden Circus at the Convocation Center. An online petition was quickly made by NIU professor Mitch Irwin, and Otis Buckley's help wasn't far behind.
He told me, just spread the petition as much as you possibly can. I said, okay, I'll spread it amongst the different organizations.
It soon became big, where about 2,700 people signed the petition to keep the circus from NIU. They would eventually find another student who was willing to go to any extremes to get their message heard.
We did run into another guy later on in the process, about a week out, named Jake, and he had that picket mind state as well. And that was something we already had, so it was like a match made in heaven.
And I'm like, if you really want to stop this thing, then we need to actually talk about direct action techniques in order to prevent the circus from coming.
And those direct tactics made its way across the desk of SA Senate Speaker Dylan Domke.
We're the voice for the students, so once I see that there's an outcry from them, we have to take up their cause.
The SA then met with the people who were against the circus from coming, where Otis, backed by his supporters, voiced his concerns.
You would have been coming to the Convocation Center to laugh and clap at the torture of an animal.
The George Carden Circus canceled its March 4th event due to the weather and travel conditions. With no circus coming to town, the animals' rights activists definitely have a victory they can be proud of. In DeKalb, I'm Trey Ward for NTC News.
Any tickets that were purchased for the event will be refunded.
Canceling the circus leaves an opening for an event at the Convocation Center. They're looking for your input. What would you like to see come to the event center? Athletics is working with NIU Government Studies to conduct a survey. The point is to get more people to come to the convo.
The Convocation Center is not the only place undergoing some changes around campus. NIU wants students to know that even with the new concealed carry law in Illinois, you can't carry any guns on campus. The public is being warned by these signs, which have been up over campus on every major building. Building Services has printed over 1,000 signs and has been putting them up since Wednesday. They plan on putting up around 600 signs in the next week to make sure everyone is aware that no guns are allowed. Just to let you know, a student was arrested for guns in the dorms and was expelled.
Changing gears to a colder subject, this Arctic cold hasn't been all bad. In fact, it's created a new outdoor craze here at NIU's East Lagoon. The ice is so thick that conditions for ice skating are at their best. For these boys, it means breaking out the hockey sticks. NIU's Adventure Center says skate rentals have been overwhelming this winter. The university says that this is the first time in years it has been cold enough for the lagoon to freeze.
Another change at NIU involves how the football team will be getting to any future out-of-state games. Flying out of the Rockford airport has been a tradition for the NIU football team, but this year they are hoping to start a new tradition right here in DeKalb. NTC reporter Erica Burgess is here with the story.
By the end of this year, the NIU football team will no longer have to drive to Rockford to fly to the away games. The DeKalb airport allows corporate jets to fly in and out of DeKalb to do business. But the airport is working toward receiving a Part 139 limited commercial classification. This certification allows the NIU football team and their opponents to fly in and out of their hometown. Airport manager Tom Cleveland and the city of DeKalb are partnering with NIU to make this happen.
I went up to Rockford a few times when the football teams came in and out, and it just doesn't feel right. They need to fly out of their hometown airport.
The football team travels by plane for any competition that is further than 400 miles or longer than a 9-hour bus ride.
You know, flying out of our home airport would be both a great opportunity for our student athletes in that we don't have to bus them to Rockford. Oftentimes we got to take them out of a class or leave a little bit early to make a flight.
NIU fans no longer have to drive 40 minutes to support the team at the airport. The entire NIU community is invited to take part in sending off and welcoming the team back after a win.
I would love to see thousands of fans out in the parking lot cheering them on and seeing them come back in. I think that'd be wonderful. And plus, we're 5 minutes away from campus.
The DeKalb Airport is hoping to receive the certification this August in order for this new tradition to take off. In DeKalb, Erica Burgess, NTC News.
The DeKalb Airport hopes to get feedback about the certification within the next few months.
There's another new transportation change in DeKalb. If you need a ride, why not rent a car? Zipcar is a program that allows residents to rent a car 24/7. The two available cars are the Ford Focus and Ford Escape located at Neptune West. There's an hourly rate up to $9.50 that allows users to go 180 miles per day. If the program is a hit, NIU will look into getting more Zipcars on campus.
Well, I hope the pipes in my building don't freeze.
Oh, me neither. That sounds horrible.
Well, we have Meghan Heman here. Exactly how much of the code are we going to get?
It's going to be here for about another 2 weeks. Let's see what our air temperatures look like around the Illinois. Rockford is about 15 degrees, sunny. Moline and DeKalb are also 60 degrees, partly sunny. Peoria, Chicago, and Kankakee are about 22 degrees with snow. Stay with us. You're watching NTC News Tonight.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Welcome back to NTC News. I'm Megan. Today was a high of 19 and a low of 7. The record high is 62 degrees, and oh boy, I bet we wish we had that today. Today, not a whole lot is going on, but tonight we're going to have a period of snow come in into the early tomorrow morning. We'll probably get about an inch of accumulation. Tonight, snow likely and cloudy with a low of 7 and a wind chill of 0. 60% of chance of snow with 1 inch of accumulation possible. Tomorrow, partly sunny. Snow in the morning is likely, but the high of 17 with 20 miles per hour wind gusts. Make sure to hold on to your coats. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy with a low of -7. Winds calm, which is actually pretty nice. Our 5-day forecast. Tuesday, snow in the morning, about 20% chance, high of 17, but Wednesday we're dipping down pretty low with about 9 degrees. But into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're back up to 17. Let's take it back to the desk.
Cook County gay couples don't have to wait to get married.
And if Springfield has its way, you won't be able to smoke anywhere on campus. These are today's state lines.
Same-sex couples lined up for marriage licenses in Chicago after a federal judge ruled there was no reason for Chicago residents to wait until the date's new marriage law takes effect on June 1st. Some are hoping that the will prompt over other county clerks.
A proposal to ban smoking on public college campuses is advancing in the Illinois legislation. This would include all property belongings to the state-supported colleges and university. Illinois State University and the University of Illinois both have bans in place.
A multi-million-dollar research site for digital manufacturing is bound for Chicago. The institutes are being given $70 million, each from the Defense Department and millions more from outside sources under a public-private partnership.
Illinois ex-Congressman Mel Reynolds is expected to be freed and deported from Zimbabwe. Police found pornography on Reynolds' phone, an act that is illegal in that country. Those charges were dropped. He also pleaded guilty to staying in Zimbabwe on an expired visa. And those are today's state lines.
The Pentagon is pushing for cutbacks.
And the Mississippi River comes to a halt. Here's what's happening in today's World Watch.
The Pentagon is planning to shrink the numbers of soldiers in the U.S. Army. The Defense Secretary has wanted to reduce Army forces since before the U.S. even entered World War II. They also are looking to eliminate an entire class of Air Force attack jets. Details of the proposed Pentagon budget will be released later today, and most is approved by Congress.
Traffic on a stretch of the Mississippi River in Louisiana was shut down after a weekend oil spill. The Coast Guard says a barge collided with another vessel near Laplace, just outside of New Orleans. The barge leaked some light crude oil into the river. No injuries were reported.
Uganda's president signed a controversial bill today to make homosexuality a crime. The new anti-gay law carries harsh penalties, including life in prison. International groups and foreign governments disagree with the new bill.
Egypt's military-backed government resigned today. The country's prime minister went on TV to announce it. According to the new constitution approved last month, elections must take place by mid-April. Egypt's armed chief is expected to run for president. And that's today's World Watch.
Hey everybody, I'm Erica Burgess. The NIU wrestling team went all the way to Buffalo over the weekend, but it was definitely worth the trip. Jared Torrance's 7-4 win at the heavyweight sealed the deal for NIU. Now, junior Tyler Argue has been a huge positive impact on the team this season, and next season he's going to be a huge leader as a senior. So I sat down with him to talk a little bit about what motivates him to be successful.
I know what it takes to be good, and I know exactly what I need to do. I am self-motivated. I just put it all on me, basically. There's this motivational speaker, his name's Eric Thomas. My favorite quote from him or phrase or whatever is allergic to average. I just think that quote like suits my life, my lifestyle, just because I don't really like to hang out in the middle of the pack. I like to just try to go out and do outstanding things. So that just puts it in a nutshell with those 3 words.
Now the Huskies head to Ohio in just under 2 weeks for the MAC Championships. The tournament starts March 8th and goes into March 9th inside Kent State's MAC Center. And let's go on to some hoops. The women's basketball team played Central Michigan last night, Central Michigan being the top team in the Mid-American Conference.
Hold of it again. Correll head fake, takes it right to the hoop.
Amanda Correll had a real exciting moment for her last night, scored her 1,000th career point, and led NIU with 23 points. Jasmine Harris also chipped in 14 for the Huskies, but Central Michigan outscored NIU 51-44 in the second half. The Huskies return to the court Thursday morning against Toledo. The tip-off is set for 11:30. And on to the men's team. Now they took on Eastern Michigan on Thursday night at the Convo, went into double overtime, and it was a wild one. So if you didn't see this last play of the game, you have got to watch this. Jordan Treloff absolutely went off on Thursday, finishing the night with 27 points and 18 rebounds. Freshman Aaron Armstead had his first career double-double with 13 points and 10 rebounds. Now for our play of the day, it's this last play right here. Daryl Bowie misses his layup, but Treloff tips it in with less than a second to go, and NIU wins it 61-59. The Huskies get back on the court Wednesday at the Convo. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. That's all for sports.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
Maybe you've already heard about this case, but we thought you might actually like to meet the Arizona Girl Scout who became a real sensation.
And she's quite the business model. 8-year-old Lexi Carney made headlines when she set this table outside of medical marijuana dispensary in Phoenix to sell Girl Scout cookies. And sell them she has, hundreds of boxes in the first few hours. She says it was her mother's idea. Maybe Mom will explain why she has so many eager customers. In fact, the dispensary sells its own pot-infused cookies, but they tell us they bought a box of Lexi's for each customer. I'd buy a couple of box mints from her.
Yeah, I definitely say she is one smart cookie.
NTC News Tonight is produced and directed by students here at Northern Illinois University. We want to thank you all for being with us.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll be back the same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, everyone.